Hello. Good evening, everyone that is watching us now. Hello to all of you who are watching us later. Hello, dear Tulin. Uh,
Hello.
we are together here again, live on all the social media platforms tonight in order to talk about a new topic because we invited Tulin in Romania for the second time. This September, we had her last spring in Romania, and since we had such a magical time together, we
Yes,
wanted to, yeah, we wanted to deepen the work that we do together. So that's why we are doing now 3 days workshop in Bucharest on releasing the burdens that we're carrying from our ancestors for 7 generations. Yes, but before that, and before going into more detail about what we are going to do in that workshop in September, for those of you who don't know Tulin, this is the time to know her better and to connect with her.
I'm from Turkey, and I'm actually originally I'm an engineer, and later I studied regression therapy 20 years ago with Janet Cunningham and Jeff Ryan. And later on, I wanted to improve my knowledge, and I got training from Roger Woolger, deep memory process, and I work with Juanita Pudufut in the regression field. And later on, I saw that to heal myself, I went through so many process, and I saw so many shamanic past lives and etc. And also, I was working on my ancestor impacts, how they are affecting my life, and I saw the connection. Or actually, I attended Roger Woolger's training, giving voices to the ancestors. It was 2009. So then I studied sociology. Then I also become family counselor. So I'm not only regression therapist, I'm also family counselor, and I'm also life coach. And so I try to improve my effectiveness and knowledge. And I met with Earth in 2006. Hans Tandam invited us to Frankfurt for establishing Earth Association for Regression Therapy. So I'm one of the founder members. It increased my knowledge a lot. And so we have almost 18 years with Earth, and it gave me really widen my perspective and knowledge in this field. I met really qualified teachers like Teresa Caetano, Hans Tandam, Roger Wilger, Morris Netherton, and etc. All those founders. So, but now, I was in the board for 7 years. It gave me opportunity to know many colleagues all around the world, because I also was responsible, and I'm still together with you in the same committee, in the program committee of Earth Association. I'm responsible for organizing yearly annual conventions and the world congresses. Myself, I organized fourth World Congress in 2011. So yeah, it's getting deeper and deeper. Now I have my own school, Unicorn Transformational Studies, and since 2011, I train the professionals in regression field. So it's not only the regression or past lives, but it is a kind of transformational studies. So I use all the tools which are helping us to improve in a more complete and integrated version of us. So I like to share a lot. That's why when you invited me to Romania, it was a great pleasure for me. We did a different workshop at that time, but now we will go more deep into the roots. So then let's do the 7 generation ancestors, which is I'm so much excited, and always I'm eager to learn different stories from the participants.
Mhm. Yeah. So what you just said is that you actually have a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge that you gathered from all these years of studying and of working with all the great names that you mentioned. And probably most of the people don't know these names, but we know them. And everyone who is a therapist in transpersonal therapy or regression therapy have an idea who these pioneers of the methods are. And also we are together connected in the Earth Association for Regression Therapy, and yeah, which grew a lot from the times that you put the base of it, and now it's actually hundreds of members and many yearly and conventions and congresses and webinars. Yeah, so that's quite a frantic activity there. Uh, so that's why, because I knew you and I worked with you and I met you in the Earth congresses. That's why I wanted to invite you in Romania for you to bring your knowledge and and you have quite a unique way of combining shamanism and regression therapy, and I guess also therapy centered on the client. That from the people who were with us in March in the retreat where we worked to get together our inner power, I heard so many transformative stories.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm really eager to learn. I'm looking forward to meet them again.
yeah,
So, yeah, in September, we will give more information at the end. But it's really, how say, it's really maturing us up. And because we hear a lot of stories, and it looks quite simple or basic, but sometimes simple is more powerful. And maybe sometimes we just need a small push to change and open our perspective. Sometimes what we do really changing everything. Sometimes what we do, it's showing us where to look at it. Then we need more work. But of course, we don't have magical stick and we touch and the person change extremely their life. But the thing is, we teach people that they have the magical stick. We just guiding them how they can use that magical stick in their lives. But we started from ourselves, and still you work on yourself, I work on myself. It is a unending story. So it's a long way until our last breath and last heartbeats.
exactly. And it's also an exciting journey, and I love it. Yeah, and this time we are going to see how our ancestors um, transmitted us not only the DNA and the legacy, but also their burdens and their traumas, and actually impact our current life, our present life. So maybe you can say more about this. How does it really work?
Actually, it took my attention really when I was working on my money issues. And then I was like, money was cutting, was not staying all the time. So I was really looking my belief system of money. Because then with the Rogers workshop, what I realized, one of my ancestors coming from the paternal side, from my father's side, they were fishermen and they were coming from Russia, Crimea. And around 200 years ago, they were running away to survive. And because they knew only catch fishing. So with the boat, they came to Anatolia. So like to get bread or to get other vegetable or food, they were exchanging, giving fish and taking food. And my grandfather was a boat builder. So he was making all those wooden boats for the fishermen. The thing is, whoever he needed to get money, they were not giving money, but they were paying by fish. So it was a kind of, in my childhood, I was eating all the time fish because money was not coming, but the fish was coming all the time as a payback. So my father in the family was the first person who studied university and had a profession. Whenever I wanted to stop corporate life and open my own practice, I figured out something in me holding me. I had full opinion, full progress to open my own practice, but I got a fear, and I figured out that fear is not mine. So when I gave that voice to that fear, it returned to my grandfather was saying that if you leave your job, you will not get a regular payment. How you gonna survive? So it was a kind of fear of survival, and it was about the money, because when you have a salary every month coming to your bank account, you feel safe, but you want to change. You want to open other practices. You want to give up that corporate life, but the fear pops up, and I got kind of, it was a really awareness for me that it is not really mine. Then I asked to whom it belongs to, and the grandpa was coming from here and saying that don't quit, otherwise how you gonna survive? You don't know how much money you will earn. Will you get money, or then I said, what I will get? Fish. It was a kind of ridiculous. I was kind of, why shall I get fish? Then the story came up, and then I needed to do some kind of convince my ancestor, saying that I have enough capacity and capability, and that life is and suffering is over for them. Then I had a huge release to continue another direction in my life. Another, I want to give another personal experience as
but
well.
thank you. Just a second, because I think that this one with the money, with the beliefs around the money, it's very, very important, and it's affecting us a lot, and it's quite ingrained in our culture as well as in yours, probably. So yeah, that's a big one. Money issues coming from old beliefs that are not others, and also related to following our passions.
Yeah, so, because money is energy, and
Yeah.
it has a power. Actually, sometimes we see that there is a kind of power issue behind the money. Then I will give another client experience. Maybe it's about the money, because nowadays, whole the world is suffering financially. Not only the Eastern countries and etc. Whole around the world is a huge dynamic at the moment. For example, a client of mine was never able to keep the money. Money was coming, but she was borrowing the money to who will not pay. So she figured that in the unconsciousness, she doesn't want the money come back. Then I said, if you have a lot of money, what will be the worst? And I said, answer it without thinking. And she said, I will die. Then she was also surprised with her answer. Then we work where this belief is coming. If you have a lot of money, then I die. So that means that the person program herself or himself not to keep the money, not to have a lot of money. So there was always a sabotator, or she was spending exaggerated money spendings, or extreme shoppings, or she was mostly giving the money which will not return. When we went to the cause of this, a grandfather came who died in the First World War in Gallipoli. So the war was over. The grandpa, after the war, wanted to go back to his village. But, at that time, there were no roads. It was a really long way to travel, and the country was over from a war. So when he left, the army gave him some money to bring him to the village. So what happened? The grandpa was returning, and there were some thieves. There were some, how to say, um, like not really legal soldiers or gangsters
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
mountains cutting the roads. They cut him, and they cut his road, and they said, give us the money. And he was bringing that money to the family, because he was wondering how they are and how they will survive. So that money was important. He didn't want to give it, so all those gangsters, they killed him. So, but the grandpa couldn't go anywhere because he was wondering how the children and the wife was doing. So he was energetically around his sons, especially around his sons, because they were the one trying to earn money.
yeah,
He was energetically around and stopping his kids, his sons, not to earn more, because the grandpa's belief was, if you have money, somebody will kill you,
yeah,
somebody take it. So she figured out, oh my God, all my uncles and grandfather, all those generations, first, second, and the third generation, it's all suffering for the money, because if they have money, they will die.
hmm,
What we did, we said to that ancestor, the war is over, and now we are living in 2025. But it was the last year, then said 2024. Sometimes those energies, epigenetically, it's like in our DNAs. So they are all coded, and as a clone files, as a zip files, they stay in our unconsciousness. I always give an example to understand, like we have a phone, but we have a cloud. So in that cloud, all those your images, voice files, and other files, they are all stored, but we don't know what is there. But sometimes there is an age trigger. Sometimes some issue comes when we have that position, like um, I want to give that age triggering or position triggering from myself, but then those files are popping up at the background. I see only Tulin, but then how I will feel that ancestor, in fact, that they are kind of uh, beliefs or thought forms, or some fears, or some anxiety, even sometimes body illnesses, like your arms started to ache, or your feet starts to ache. Then I figured out we are not only carrying the eye color or hair color or nose shape of our
yeah,
ancestors, or tall and fat and etc., body shape or biological impact, but we also carry unfinished business of our ancestors, and it comes as thoughts, emotions, and feelings. So I want to give one example from myself.
hmm,
For example, when I got married quite late, and I was 39. My husband is 16 years older than me, so he has children. Then he said to me, hey, I don't want children, but I respect you, and if you want children, let's get children as soon as possible. So, until 39, I always wanted to get children, but suddenly, whenever he said to me that let's get children, I was freaking out. So, in the workshop of Roger Woolger with giving voice to the ancestors, I figured out in this field, both grandmas from the maternal side and paternal side, they were whispering to me, don't get a child, otherwise you lose them.
Mm.
So my grandma from the mother's side lost the third son when he was 17 in a sailing accident.
Mm.
But synchronically, I was going to marry a sailor. So grandma was kind of here. You are marrying to a sailor because she lost a child in a sailing accident.
Yeah.
So it was not only having a child, but also getting married to a sailor, a fear.
Yes.
And other grandma lost first two children. One died in the bed, another one died with an illness, and the family was accusing her that she didn't take enough care for the children. So the grandma was kind of whispering from here, "Don't get a child, otherwise you will lose it. You will lose them." So
Yeah.
sometimes, okay, this was a kind of, when until age of 39, that fear were not there because I was not in a position to be a mother. Or whenever I was going to marry a sailor, so all the ancestors who died in a sailing accident, because my ancestors coming from sailors, they were kind of, no, 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 don't marry to a sailor, otherwise you will lose him, or you will die yourself. So that's why sometimes some issues triggers exactly when what happened to the what age to the ancestors.
Yes.
And sometimes, like, you become you get a position, you become a manager, then your issues with the management or authority appears when you get that position. So
Yeah.
the files are there, files are in the cloud, in the unconsciousness, but those files opens when you have that situation, similar situation.
When the button is hit by being triggered by something. Yeah. So what you
Yes.
are saying is that your grandmothers were actually trying to protect you from the suffering of losing children, in this case, in your example. So actually you blocked your maternity, which happens to many women, and many of our clients who are women have this maternity issue, and I also work with some of them. Or otherwise it's
With this,
protect you from losing your life.
yeah, especially if your ancestors die when they are giving birth,
Yes.
or from the, let's say, they are doing kind of legal or very primitive ways of abortion.
Yes. Hmm.
So then what you say, oh my God, if I get pregnant, I will die.
Yeah.
Or sometimes the person get pregnant and starts bleeding, the bleedings during the pregnancy. Sometimes you get child, you give birth, then you get kind of thought forms or fears. Oh my God, if I not I need to give 100% attention, otherwise the child will die. I had a friend, uh, her daughter was born. She got a daughter. The mother and herself, they every 2 hours they were changing duty. They were watching the baby immediately for 24 hours because they were afraid that the child will die lack of breathing.
Yeah. Suffocate. Hmm.
And then I did a session to her. Then actually she went to a past life. Then she was actually dying herself with lack of breathing as a baby who was not really looking after. Then actually we went to a deeper root and checking that actually it was a how to say it was a reason of an affair. So baby was not really wanted.
Yeah.
Actually, the baby, the grandma in that life, or in that ancestor life, was killing the baby with pillow. So the baby, during the sleep, lack of breathing, was actually in the past an experience of, it was a past life experience, but it was the she born to the same family line to
Yes.
finish it. So then she figured out, oh my God, in one life she was dying like a baby which was drowning out of breathing, and at another family route, she was the one killing the baby. So she was born in the same family line to
Mhm.
finish what she started in the past.
Yes. So this is what actually happens, and it happens often, as I also experienced it and seen it with my clients, that we are actually born in the same family line. So when we are visiting another past life of a great great grandmother, we may actually find ourselves being that great grandmother, and we are now trying to finish the business that we have not finished in that life. So it's actually something very common. So I would just want to say some, invite you to say something about this.
Yeah, for example, it comes to my mind that I had a client. She was over 30s and she was afraid of marry. Then we were kind of, I was asking the family line, what was the issue with the marriage? And she said, "Oh, my father died very early. My aunt's husband died very early. My cousins, the husband didn't die, but they divorced. It's a kind of, divorce is a kind of death.
Yes.
And so she said, if I get married, then I lose the husband very quickly, either die or I will divorce. So we just went through the where it started in the ancestor line. So actually, there was a kind of how you say, um, she was in love with a man. The man, she got pregnant from that man, but the man went to a richer woman. The family forced him to marry to a rich woman. So actually, his heart was in that woman and the baby, but
Yeah.
she forced to marry to another woman. So in that life, she was the one who got pregnant. She couldn't survive in the village, but she cursed him to suffer as much as her. So that cursing that line was kind of, the man was getting ill and dying early. So in that, because of that curse, that guy, the lover, died early, but it was continuing in the ancestor line. Then she was born in the same family line to finish the curse she made.
Yes.
So sometimes what we started in the past, we born to the same family to finish it. It's not all the time. Oh, it's all the time we born in the
No,
same
no,
family.
no. But it happens. So it's
It,
not something that happens. I mean, I met it a lot with my customers, and also curses that we in a very past lifetime we issue the curse out of a great suffering, but we find out that actually our curse that we did in our past life is impacting us in the present life.
yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I work a lot with, feminine issues. Like now, I'm busy with coordinating research about menstrual pain. And
Yeah.
in the past, I organized a research about myomas and cysts and chocolate cysts and polyps with the womb. Then I figured out not only person's own abortion and miscarriages are affecting the person, actually the mothers and the grandmothers or aunts, their unborn babies, that energies as abortion, and especially with abortions, because miscarriage is a kind of, body is very clever. The body knows that growing baby is not healthy, and sometimes the body itself stops the pregnancy. But sometimes that, it can be also reason from a curse and etc., or because
Yeah.
of a past life, that miscarriage. But abortion, you decide to abort the baby. So that energy, actually, that baby or that feeling guilt inside, sometimes really that you attach to that baby energy, and in the womb you try to represent that energy as a myomas or sometimes cyst. So when we work on it with the ancestors, lost babies, it doesn't matter only abortion or miscarriages, and sometimes the baby dies from an illness, but the baby is a kind of cannot leave, or there is unfinished business with it. So that because of that unfinished business, the future generation gets the responsibility on the issue. It's for himself or herself, spiritual evolvement, development, but it's also kind of, you are kind of balancing the family line.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's why not, but many people at the moment comes to us about money issues, relationship issues, business issues, authority issues, self-esteem issues. So when we see, they say, oh, nobody sees me, I'm kind of, nobody give me value. But sometimes we see that in the ancestor line there is a starting point.
Yeah.
I find seven generation quite important, especially the first four generation, because also mostly the first generation is mother and father, second generation is the grandparents, the third
Yes.
generation grandparents. It goes like that. Genetic science was saying that genetically we are getting all the DNA impact of that seven generation. So when you say your father, mother, their parents, it goes 2, 4, 8, 16. So in total, seven generation makes 256 people. So it's a direct impact. And you add aunties from the mother side, aunties from
Yeah.
or uncles from the father side, or uncles from the mother's side. So it's a kind of impact is like roots. So, but the ancestors, if we make a metaphor that we are a kind of tree, try to grow and give fruit and manifest ourselves, our ancestors are metaphorically or roots. So
Yes.
the energy flow from that ancestors, like the energy flow of the roots. Of course, there are very sad stories when we look at Romania, or look at now the world still continuing, war still continuing, migrations are still continuing. When I look at my ancestor line to Anatolia, there were wars, there were migrations, there were rapes, there are
Yes.
endless in the family. So all the time there is a pressure on the woman or masculine side also suffering. So there are a lot of word issues, heritage issues, or sometimes you are kicked out from your village. There is a separation, isolation, not belonging, because like you fell in love with a Greek guy in Aegean coast, then your heart is in the other line. So when there is a kind of religion differences, let's say that a Muslim woman fall in love with a Christian man,
Yeah.
or a Muslim man fall in love with a Christian woman. So all those, issues, then nobody wants you. Then you just have said kick out from your clan. So that belonging issues, there are so many open stories still
Yes.
continuing and acting in our consciousness mind.
Yeah. So we have so many ancestors. You said 256 direct ancestors in the family line. and then so many issues that have come up in history. So then anything that is impacting us negatively now in our present life, we can first start to look there with our ancestors. And
But not only the problems, we also carry the strength
yes, yeah,
and lessons learned from their lives. So, but of
exactly.
course, if we have repetitions, so then we can look the source of that repetition in our lives again and again. If I'm attracting the same kind of relationship, if same kind of situation, same kind of illnesses in my life, then there can be a kind of reason far in the past. So when I heal the past, I'm healing the present moment, but it also heals the future, because
Exactly.
I'm also okay. I don't have personally children, but my brother has. So I'm a kind of ancestor of the children of my brother. So we are also healing by doing our own work. We are healing the ancestors, but as an ancestor of the future generation, we are also healing the future.
Great. And also when we are doing the healing, looking at the ancestry, then we also have access to the resources and all the good heritage that they can give us. Yeah.
Yeah,
So this
not
is
all the time. There are always, let's say that small or big, and there are traumas in or
yes,
all of us. We have in some kind of level. There is nobody without trauma,
of course.
but you learn from that trauma. Sometimes you carry that strength, that learning, but sometimes you not just need to change the perspective a little bit. So we always work with awareness. We need to sometimes, maybe, our ancestors also have a lot of secrets, and that secrets create a lot of pressure. Whenever it is known, whenever it is said, sometimes, you don't need to do so much. It only sometimes ask for recognition. Whenever you say, I see you, and I recognize you, then, but it's their fate and this is our fate, then everybody has to get the responsibility of own. We cannot change the past, but we can change the energy of the past.
Exactly, and take the lesson from there. So this is what we are going to work with, and you are going to guide us through in the workshop that we are organizing in Bucharest in middle of September, 12, 14 September, releasing the burdens of our seven generations ancestors. So if you
From
could say,
maternal side and the paternal side. But
yes,
what we are going to do, we cannot heal all the ancestors' stories in
of
3 days.
course, of course,
We will get the section, whatever affecting us at this moment now in our life. Is it about work? Is it about health? Is it about the relationship? Maybe all of them have some part. We will work on a specific issue to see the roots from one by one, from the seven generation, from the mother, from the others, from the father. Because but many people ask, is it a kind of family counseling? No, like a Bert Hellinger. No, it is not a
family
family
constellation. So it's not family
constellation.
constellations. Yes.
It's not a family constellation. Whoever coming to the workshop, at the same time, with my guidance and with my practical experiences, we will use visualization. So everybody will work one by one, starting from the 7 to the 6, 5th, and etc., from paternal and from maternal. So this will be not a family constellation that we will only work for one person, everybody will work only one person. No, everybody will work on their 7 generations and etc. So we need to mention that differences, because I use visualization, I use shamanic techniques, I use psychodrama and regression. And sometimes when we do the group sharings, then sometimes person gets the story but cannot handle it, what to do, and I do kind of small short regression sessions to it. So it will be a combination of imaginative work and also regression work.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to mention that difference.
Yes, great, and thank you. And that was actually one of my questions. What is the difference with family constellations? But now you mentioned it. So it's a combination of techniques, and from what I see, how you worked, you don't let people sit on their chairs too much.
No.
You really put us to work really, really hard, which is great because we are using our bodies a lot,
Yeah.
right? And also, when you are saying imaginative, like working with the images that appear to the people while you are guiding them through their inner journeys to connect with the ancestors on both sides, right?
Yes, but if you are kinesthetic, if you don't get any images or techniques also covering that part, so if a person is cannot see so many images but can sense it, because in regression also we work with a lot of kinesthetic clients. So, but of course, sometimes some clients really sees everything as if they are watching a movie, but sometimes people feeling it through their body. So my exercises will cover also audio, kinesthetic, and visual people.
Great. Okay, looking so much forward to it. And I just want to say that the workshop is open both for English speakers as well as only Romanian speakers, because you will talk in English as we are doing now, and I am going to translate to Romanian. So don't worry, if you want to join the language, will not going to be a problem.
Yeah, because many people says, "Oh, okay, I understand English, but I cannot talk well."
Yes.
But I'm quite experienced on it, and I have a beautiful translator and therapist translator.
Yes.
So because also we did it before, I did it in India, and recently I did it in Mersin in my town. So if you are ready, you don't need to carry that burden. Sometimes that load is really, even it can cause some spine problems, because always we carry the pulse energy in the bag.
Yeah.
So our baggage is full, but time to time we need to
Yeah.
empty it. But
And
we
not
will do
not
it.
only on the back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I just give a kind of metaphor, as of course all the body parts can hold it, but the thing is, we will do that emptying baggage thing, energetical change, with understanding. We need to also be aware why I got that burden from that ancestor, what was its the function of it, why my brother or other sister didn't get it and I get it. So we need to also, I always work with understanding and awareness, and I take it really valuable to do it, because
Yes.
I'm an engineer. I need to understand, so I make really people understand what was the connection.
Yeah, and that's great because we also need the mind, the body, and everything involved in the process. What I was just going to say, and I'm going to finish with this, is that yes, we are carrying the burden on our backs, but also we can carry it on our bodies, like the fat in our body. And there are many women who, at least women whom I met, who have this issue. Why cannot get rid of my extra kilos, But sometimes maybe it's about the burdens that are coming to you through all your family line. So
Yeah.
maybe it's an idea to also look there and to get rid of some of the burdens.
All the issues, they have this life roots. So we need to do this life work. And then we see that they are also have connection with the ancestors, not only with one, but maybe many. So we need to do ancestor layer, because it's an important layer in our psyche. And also sometimes it comes from the collective, or it comes from the past lives. It doesn't matter you believe in past lives or not, but the science is saying us that ancestors affecting us, because it's also epigenetic, not only genetic, but epigenetic says we are not only carrying their biological issues, but it's all body is very clever, and all of our cells, it's like store everything. Our body or cells has a memory. We just activate that memory.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to invite you to offer us something as a small practice for ending our conversation tonight. And before that, just an invitation to everyone who feels the calling of joining the workshop, guided by Tulin, for releasing seven generation ancestors' burdens in 12-14 September in Bucharest. And in the comments, I'm going to leave again the link to with all the details of the event. And we still have some places left. We are almost full house already. Yeah, so thank you, Tulin, and I'm inviting you to finish us off with something that you can offer us tonight.
Yeah, so people or whoever watching us, please close your eyes and take a deep breath. Whenever you are getting another deep breath, you just feel your body, feel your sensations, and feel your emotions, which is stored in the body. And body knows and body remembers. And now, maybe a part of your body is getting attention of you. Just focus to that body part. Which part of your body is taking your attention? Just look at that part. Even you can put your hands to that part. And that part is carrying something for you, maybe from the day, maybe from accumulation of many things, maybe from your past lives, or maybe from your ancestors. Whatever it is, just try to look energetically. Is it a kind of solid, or is it kind of liquid, or is it a gas? Is there any color? Don't judge, just look at it, examine it. You are curious what's happening in that part of the body. And now you can just ask to your body, because body knows everything, body remembers. Maybe your consciousness doesn't remember, but your body remembers. Ask to that part, which kind of emotion, what emotion you carry for me? What is the first emotion come to your mind? Or what is the sensation? What is the feeling? Is it a kind of pressure, or is it squeeze, or numbness, or what is it, or pain? But it is always accompanied with an emotion. What kind of emotion that part of your body is carrying? Or maybe kind of thoughts belonging that body part. Maybe if that body part speaks, what it will say. Just pay attention what that body part is saying to you. And then ask to yourself now, to the body, is it belong to me from this life? Check the answer of the body, yes or no. What is the first thing come to your mind? And if the answer yes, just check what age. Is it belong to a younger age or older age? You don't go into that, but if an age come to your mind, just say to that age, hey, look at me, I grow up. I'm not that age anymore. Just let that age of you, just see your current age. Just show your own now current house to that age. If you have children or different house or different time, just show that age that you grow up. It's happening now. And then if the answer is no, if not belong to that age, just ask, is it belong to my ancestor? What is the answer, yes or no? If the answer is yes, you can ask, is it belong to my paternal side, to my father's side, or maternal, to my mother's side? Whatever the answer is, as if you are speaking to to the ancestors, as if you are just, they are on front of you, just say to the ancestor, my ancestors, I see you. I recognize you. You gave me life. Without you, I wouldn't be either. So I honor you. I honor the life you gave to me, but it was your time and this is my time. If just you feel that you need to do more work with the ancestor, maybe you may get a professional help, but just for now, just invite wise healers to help them. And also you can invite wise healers and helpers to heal your body. So you can kindly, softly, you can give that energy, that pain or whatever feeling or thought, you can give it back. Because they are died, they are not living anymore. They don't need to carry also anymore. So they can also let go. You can just say that you don't need to do. And if it's not belong to the ancestor or not belong to this life, if it's just ask to your body, is it belong to my past lives? And if the answer is yes, imagine there is a box with a cover on front of you. Just say that I notice you, I see you, I'm aware of you. And whenever I have a chance, I will work with you. Then you can get a professional help. But you may say that past life, whatever man or woman, you may ask to yourself, was it a woman life? Was it a man life? But just you can say that it's that life is over. It's not happening now. Whatever I carry from that life is over. I'm in a new choices. I'm in a new, and I have a body, new experiences. So if that's not helping to you, and if you feel that you need to do more work, just put that issue in the box and cover the box, and you can slide left or right. Just make sure that your front line is clear. And after this, check your body again, check your sensation again, check whether you have the same impact or not, same feeling or some sensation or same numbness or same pain. check the energy difference now. Is there any energy change? If it's getting worse, please contact me and Oana, then we can help
Mhm.
you more. But if it's a positive way, then enjoy relaxation and getting lighter. Maybe a glimpse of awareness may change everything. So take a deep breath and take another second deep breath and be try to get back ready. So how do you feel, Oana? I see you were in something.
Yeah, thank you. This was beautiful, and I hope the people who are watching were able to follow it and get something out of this exercise, which was a very simple one, just to get an awareness of where issues are coming from.
Yeah,
Yes,
just ask to yourself, yes or no. This life, yes or no, and what age? Then just say to yourself, I'm grown up, I'm not that kid anymore. Or past life, that life is over, it's not happening now. Or ancestors, it's a kind of you are dead and it's not happening now, we are in a different time. But
yes,
of course it's not that simple. This can help us to wrap up the energies, but we just give a warning again to our audience. If you need more help or deeper help,
yes,
professional help, please contact us, then we can help you or guide you to the professionals.
yes. Thank you very much, Tulin. See you soon in 1 month's time in Romania.
Yes, I'm excited.
Yes, us too. And whoever is watching, I hope you got what is serving you best out of this conversation tonight. And hope to see you in Bucharest if you wish to join. I will leave all the details with the this in the comments section, and also the information that we still have early bird price till this Sunday. So maybe if this workshop calls you, maybe you can take the decision now. Just register for it. You don't need to pay right away, but just register so we know about you.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you very much. And this talk will be in the your. I will share it to your Instagram and Astravita's Instagram, and it will stay in Tulin Etyemez Schimberg YouTube channel, Facebook channel, and Instagram. So thank you for watching us, and let's keep doing good work.
yes. Thank you so much, Tulin.
Good night.
Good night.